So hello everybody, how are you doing? Today we finally have the possibility to do the Autobahn acceleration test with the all-new BMW iX50. And 50 means, of course, this has the big battery, this has all-wheel drive, and this has 523 HP and 765 Newton meters of torque. Of course, electric engines, which means that, of course, power and torque is usually high up, but it also has a very strong acceleration. I've already tried it out, and today I finally want to use the race box and see how fast it goes. 0 to 100 first, and then of course also a 100 to 200 on the Autobahn. Weather is not perfect, it's far away from perfect. Water in the air, so a lot of back pressure, and we also have of course a bit of a damp surface where we need to start it, but nevertheless it's winter time. I cannot change it. We still want to try it out, and of course in summer conditions the car would likely perform even better in that case. So before we start off, I have to tell you one thing. I have set the 200 kilometer mark in the race box. I've set it down to 195. The reason is because this car is only reaching 200 and it starts to slow down already at about 103, 104. So I've decided to put that mark more or less at 195, that we still have a number measured on that box, which is probably very close to a 0 to 200 or 100 to 200 time in the end, but keep that in mind once you're looking at the numbers. So let's now see first launch on the country road in wet conditions. That is really strong. 4.49 seconds in the wet. Whee! You can really feel it. It's not even the first 50 kilometers. It's probably more 50 to 100, which feels super strong. Really astonishing, honestly. So electronically limited very quickly to 200. Yeah, very interesting. Although the road was, yeah, I would even say soaking wet, there's almost no traction issue at all. 10.7, 4.57 seconds, perfectly flat, so that's even quicker than what the factory is claiming under dry conditions. And 0 to 200 in that case, 15.3 seconds. That is pretty good for a, yeah, I don't know, 2.6 ton car in the end. So let's now try out another run, 100 to 200. Let's see how fast it is. I think we have seen some pretty good times here yet again. Honestly, I was not expecting that the car is performing that well under those really bad conditions right here. Yeah, factory claims 4.6. We even managed to get it faster than 4.6 on a wet surface and a wet road. I think that is pretty astonishing. Secondly, also the time from 100 to top speed to 200 kilometers per hour, yeah, is in the direction of something like a, I would even say something like a BMW M550i, what we have tested previously. It's probably in that same area, which is pretty astonishing because of course electric cars tend to get a lot slower once you're reaching higher speeds, but this keeps on pulling not only from 100 to 160 but yeah, beyond that as well. So I think that is pretty good. Also, state of charge, of course, was not 100%. We have now 86% left, and probably did the runs at around 90% in the end, which is of course good, but yeah, it's not, let's say, the highest value that you can potentially get. So in the end, that probably means that once it's raining, it's not an issue anymore if you have electric cars, because usually, yeah, if you would be driving now something like an X5M or whatever, or an M5 competition, I would not even start it in this weather, because the numbers that you're getting are significantly worse than, yeah, what the car is really able to do in real life. So yeah, you probably already have seen our long range test video, or fast Autobahn range test video, which is also pretty interesting, how much capacity this battery has. And yeah, performance wise, you all know there's still an iX M60 on top of this. I would say it's darn fast, and pretty fast enough for a big SUV.